Hey guys, how's it going, man? I'm gonna drive to the border of Hong Kong and Shenzhen. In case if you don't know, Shenzhen is a part of China. Hong Kong is part of China as well, but it's a special region. So you still need to use a passport or a passport card or something to actually cross it. So it's a little bit annoying, but yeah, that's how it is. Is to control the amount of people to get into Hong Kong. That's basically the thing. And also control the foreigners to get into mainland China. There's certain requirements to actually get into mainland China. They're very strict, sort of. Well, they're more strict compared to, they're definitely more. They're a little bit more strict than, I don't know, what's a country that's not very strict? Actually, all countries nowadays are very strict, man. So you need a visa, you need to apply for it. There's no such thing as a landing visa, But if you're an American, you could get a visa for I think 200 something American dollars, and it'd be unlimited entries in and out for 10 years. Now, if you're gonna come to China every single year, I think it's like daggone worth it, because there's certain things that you probably have to do if you're a businessman or something like that, to do in China. And I think China is pretty cool, man. I think I should do a video on it. What would be really the cool stuff to do, and what would be the cool stuff to do in Hong Kong, man? I think in China is definitely do a little bit of I think creating probably your own product, you know what I'm saying? So what you want to do as an entrepreneur is that you want to have your first product that's made by yourself, man. Whether that's a piece of t-shirt, clothing brand, or whatever, you want it to be from the ground up. And you probably have to visit this factory somehow. Sometimes they do send you really good stuff. It turns out like the first try is already really good, but if you're doing something complicated, you probably have to visit on site, just to make sure that they're calibrating certain things right, and making sure the product is nice and finished and working accordingly, right? So it's a bunch of stuff, and that's just the way it is. I mean, yeah, you can blame the Chinese, saying like, maybe sometimes their product finishes a little bit rough on the edges. I do agree, but it's up to you to improve it. I think a lot of people neglect one thing, is that you are a product or project manager. You're supposed to know or supposed to manage these people, right? So that's the thing. I think also there are some good, pretty sightseeing places. I think there are a lot of cool skyscrapers in China. Getting from point A to point B, either riding a taxi or like riding the metro, is actually a pretty good experience. Overall, there aren't a lot of delays. It's pretty clean, and there aren't that many bumps. It's not like in the U.S. there are a lot of bumps. It smells like crap. That's a graffiti. None of that. And I don't think America is just a whole lot. Innately, is not much better. But nowadays, it's like the homelessness and the fentanyl has totally destroyed America, and I think it's terrible, man. So San Francisco was pretty much unlivable. I mean, nowadays I would never. I guess if I make it, I think back in the days the plan was that like if I make it, I make a couple of meals, couple of meals, then I moved to San Francisco and moved to the downtown area of San Francisco because I really like walking over there. It's really fantastic. Lots of Asians, I don't need to live in a place where there are tons of Asians, but I think nowadays at this age, I think it's probably a good idea to probably be, in that, because there's just more commerce and probably more business opportunities in general to be at those places. So Asians did not make a mistake of living in a good city. If that city is pretty good, there probably are going to be lots of Asians there. If it's not very good, then there aren't going to be a lot of Asians. So they don't pick the wrong places to live. That's a fact. But I think nowadays I don't really want to live in San Francisco. Maybe LA would be a little bit better, like suburbs area of LA. That I would consider to go back and live in America. There's still a lot of like good businesses to do, over there. Now I truly am like proud of being a Chinese person, but I have absolutely zero affiliation with any type of like I don't work for like a politician, or I don't work for a political party, stuff like that. I think it gets really hairy sometimes. So yes, FYI, you want to keep this on the record. It's like I don't really give a crap, about usually politics. But however, I am a big fan of Donald Trump. The only reason that I like him is that I think the United States of America, the country, is really weak, man. It is weak. It is almost shameful to be like today as sort of like an American in a way, because I guess in that political aspect where these people are supposed to be leaders, right? And if they are a bunch of like whiny people, or people that like have no morals, and they can be bent anytime. It's way too like lefty. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't really think that there's just too many woke people as well. I think what's supposed to be woke is that they're enlightened. They don't think like Asians or blacks, they're weird people. That's what it's supposed to be like. It should be that everybody is equal, everybody happy. But they're like extreme left. And guess what? In Argentina nowadays, they recently elected a president that's extreme right again. He thinks these I don't think he's a real extreme right, but he just think like the extreme left is like is bogus, is stupid, silly, you know what I'm saying? So he was on the television air saying that he doesn't need any of these like equality groups, doesn't need like gay activist groups, like in the government branch. These things shouldn't be there. And I think it's kind of like I think they have gone a little bit overboard on all these like right stuff. And quite honestly, what if like I like a woman who's curvy? Should I actually just publicly tell people about it, or draw cartoons all over the place to tell people that this is what I'm into, and y'all should like it? Or if you don't like it, I'm gonna cancel you. Like I'm gonna cancel your account, cancel your subscription, yada yada yada. It doesn't make any sense. So yeah, I mean, to me, I think like the whole like ultra leftist, that gotta go, man. I think we should go back to a little bit more religious, like a little bit more morale. I think people should go to church. I think church could be a healthy thing if like done correctly. I think a lot these religious groups can be done correctly. But however, yes, why people get like get tired of it, I cannot totally understand, because there are bad characters in like the church, like especially the leaders. If they're like too loosey goosey, just letting in whoever is coming to church. You come as you are perfect, you're fine the way you are. I mean, come on, man. I mean, Christianity nowadays, man, it's a little bit most Christians are pretty weak, man. I mean, like Andrew Tate said, it's kind of like a whiny religion. It's not like I don't think it's innately good on the religion, but it's just the characters that are in it, and the level of commitment to it is really low. And anybody with snake nowadays could be a evangelical church pastor. And I think it's gone to a little bit of too much of idol worshipping as well. That if you pretty much worship Jesus and you don't have to have any good deeds, and you get to go, man, off you go to heaven. Pretty much nowadays, that's the ticket, because you have to keep it a very low entry to recruit new recruits, right? So that's how it is. I mean, nowadays, pretty much like Hillsongs and all those other churches, they just are rock concerts basically, and people just affirming like what type of losers they are, and it's okay to be a loser. It's pretty much that. And is it because I've been there, I've done it, and I think like I mean, it's not like the place to go to even sometimes to become a better person. Yes, there are some really good people at the churches, I agree. It's more like 10% nowadays, or 20% of the people in there innately, I mean, those people are really evil, what I'm saying? They're pretty like evil in the heart. I mean, I don't even know why they're going to church. I guess like to kind of better themselves. But yeah, if you want to find the work, kind of like pretty much the worst people, passive aggressive, people who destroy you for like no good reasons, extreme jealousy people, you gotta find a lot of those at churches. So it's just different. I think like what it meant something probably back in the days, that I want to date a church girl, and they're supposed to not have sex, but don't drink, but nowadays it's not that. There's actually a lot of kind of like semi-sick people. They try to get themselves healed at church. So unfortunately, that's life, man. I thought about going back to church sometimes, because if you have done something for so long, you think you might need to go back, or you miss it, or you miss the people in it. But at the end, time and time again, like the church folks, man, most of them don't prevail. Like they cannot last in a relationship with you. I'm talking about like not just like a lot of times even friendships have problems, and like a lot of times that the you would call it the weird ones, right? Like the ones that being kind of sort of ostracized in these churches. At the end, they actually are the better people. So actually, good people are the minorities. That's how sad it is, man. Yeah, church nowadays is a freaking joke, man. I mean, that's why, you know, I kind of reverted to another religion, but I don't want to say exactly what, because those people kick my ass nowadays. I get banned as well. I get banned and pretty much saying anything. And I don't know if this video is going to get out. Hopefully it will, so... you know, I think, like, yeah, like, you could say, oh, you could ban me and stuff like that, but if you ban too many in the social media, in too many places, you pretty much, like, cut off your rights as well. You just have to wait until, you know, people are, you know, okay with, I don't know how to say this anymore. Just maybe this far left is going to end soon. It should be freedom of speech. Freedom of speech meaning the fact that I can say whatever you want and you can say whatever you want. We may not agree, but we're not gonna, you know, punch each other in the face or force somebody to shut up. That's not freedom, you know. Real freedom is that you say whatever you want, you do your thing, I do my thing. As long as I'm not hurting you, invading your spaces, you're not invading my space, then it's all good to go. That's what I would assume. That's good. Anyway, Donald Trump, man. I mean, I really respect the guy. A lot of people don't like him. They think he's a narcissistic guy. You know, true, I guess, maybe. I guess he's very confident about his abilities. I do agree that if you're a second generation rich and you're doing pretty good, that's already a real plus, man. Because a lot of my friends, I wouldn't even call them friends nowadays. A lot of them are kind of bad people. But a lot of people that were second generation rich, like really well off, they usually don't do too well on their second, you know, the following the second generation. Get into drugs, get into financial trouble, get into gambling. Especially Asians are really bad at gambling. So yeah, I mean, I think, like, at least he passed the test that a lot of people are relying on him. I mean, of course his kids are doing pretty good as well. I do applaud them. Actually, I like all their kids. Yeah, I'm biased, but I like all of them, including you know, sons and the youngest son as well, Ivanka. One of them is actually a lawyer. So yeah, I mean, yeah, if I have kids like that, I'm cool. You know, I'm cool with it. You know, I don't have anything to worry. And yes, that's fires actually continue to actually run for presidency, man. Rock on, you know. So it's the right model. But I think nowadays strong male figures are being made fun of. It's a terrible time to be a dude, to be a person in general. I think the 80s and 90s were the top times in America. Top times. I'm saying, like, the music, the culture, the movies. Yeah, everything was awesome about it. Think about it. All those movies were made. Rocky, Terminator 2, Harley Davidson. You know, everybody who gotten rich across the world. It doesn't matter if you're in Russia or North Korea. You're gonna get a Harley. You know, you're gonna get a Cadillac. And then after, toward the late 90s, it's just like bad. I mean, it's just like the decline of the rap stuff is actually, I think some of it is okay, but, you know, I think in the 2000s, yeah, I just didn't like it as much. Late 2000s, and then they're basically, I don't really like a lot of the songs like in the late 2000s from there. And there was no woke culture yet. I think which one? There are a couple of like girls who got really famous, like the girl from Hannah Montana. Yeah, she got famous for no reason. Well, sort of like, but I mean, I think what she did was kind of sick, man. Like she was shaking her booty and she's trying to be sexy and stuff like that. I don't really think that she needs to be sexy. Like she needs to reveal that much skin. Like act like a real like SLUT, you know. Like I don't think she needs to do that. I think there's enough talent that she has to become good. I think also Taylor Swift is that she was actually at one point a gospel singer, right? If I actually remember correctly, or a country singer, I think. Remember? Sorry. I think it's just okay if she's just kept it that way. She doesn't have to make all these like really catchy hits. Actually, to tell you the truth, I forgot most of it. It's not in my head. All those songs, I don't think they're really healthy songs. They talk about how they shame the men, you know. If like a relationship don't work out, it's just like, dude, it's terrible. It's horrible. You know, you have part responsibility. You have 50% in that relationship. You know, if something went wrong, you know, you have 50% fault, no matter what. Yeah, I think like nowadays, 2015, there was some like EDM stuff. I thought it was pretty cool. But nowadays, anybody could be a DJ. Shaq is also a DJ now. Yes, Shaq, the basketball player. He also played in Macau recently, in China. So it's nothing bad, but I think it's just something that anybody could do nowadays. I mean, the techno in the 90s were pretty awesome. The vocals, there was no like auto tunes, and people were just really good singers. You know, if they sang bad, they, guess what? Take two. Just America, I think the whole culture has, in general, kind of degenerated. Now it's just mumbling rap. Yeah, it's more like a kind of a consumerism, because rap in the beginning was talking about something pretty legit, basically your daily livelihoods, and it's tough, and gotta hustle to make money. But after a while, it's just they promoting like Gucci's and LVs or whatever, whatever they could get their Armani's, get their hands on. Yeah, I just think it's kind of silly, man. Yeah, I'm always halfway through to get to the station where I'll be meeting. Actually, I'll be meeting a very important client today. That's gonna be. Might help my quote-unquote project, we're gonna try to score some partnerships together. They're like a big dog, so wish me luck. But I think like in the beginning they denied me really badly. It's just like it's not their fault. I think we didn't explain it that well. At the time we couldn't find a really good narrative, and nowadays first of all, the environment has helped us. So the environment is telling them that's like what we're doing is cool, and also we improve our narrative as well. So, and now they want to see us. And that's how it is, you know. Don't worry about getting denied. Sooner or later, people will. The people that are willing to stay the longest, they will get like a break, and that's what I think. I think I'm getting my breaks. Either maybe this year, or maybe next year, or the year after next. It'll be sometime. But if you actually are into businesses, don't expect like tomorrow you're gonna be a superstar. Wow, everything I'm doing so well. It's possible, because if you got really good seed funding, great marketing, but developing a product and being in a sector of a business, it takes time to meet the right people as partnerships. I mean, a lot of times you might have a great friend and you try to bring them or him or her into the business that you're doing, but a lot of times they just are not very good candidates for it. You just have to meet new friends and partners in that room. So you do have to break some friendships, or change who you hang out with. That's how it is, man. All good in the hood. I am getting very, very close now. Maybe I'll do some videos and for Shenzhen. So I'm getting a little bit like stuffy in the nose. So I think I'm probably gonna sign off. So I'll talk to you later. See you.